I, 25M, feel morally obligated to be my friend's third, 32F, and 31M. First of all, I apparently have a tendency to get obsessive over the right and wrong of every situation. So maybe I'm looking at all of this incorrectly. But I think it's justified here, if I want to do the right thing, which I always do. Basically, I met Rachel, 32F, at a voluntary cooking class about 9 months ago, when I had been living in this new city on my own for a few weeks. We ended up talking, and she made me feel really comfortable, and we ended up meeting outside of the class, including 2 weeks later when she introduced me to her husband James, 31M. We all immediately got on really well and had lots of common interests. They are basically my only friends and the only people I know here apart from my coworkers, and we see each other all the time. I probably got too comfortable. I stay over all the time. They buy me food and gifts randomly. They take me places and introduce me to people they know. They supported me a lot when my mom passed away, and I was practically catatonic. As soon as I saw their house, I realized they were much more well off than I am. And that combined with them never taking no for an answer meant I never spiraled about the money they were spending on me like I normally would. The most important thing was that when I lost my job, James spoke with his boss and single-handedly convinced him to hire me even though they weren't looking for people at that time and I was underqualified. I fully owe James for this job and all my current income. Maybe I should have seen it coming, but I was shocked when 2 days ago, Rachel and James sat me down at their place and asked if I wanted to join their relationship. They said stuff like, "It's been leading up to this for a long time, and we can stop with all the flirting." And James said, jokingly I think, "I'm not very good at telling. After all the time you've spent here, you might as well move in." I had no idea what to say, made an excuse and left. Thinking back, it really does look like I've been leading them on, or at least acting super dependent on them and not giving anything back. If I don't go through with it, I could really hurt them or lose them as friends. I don't know if I like them like that, and also I don't really think it matters. All I want is advice on whether the right thing would be to make them happy and make everything they've done for me worth it, or to be honest and maybe help them try and find someone better. I have literally no one to talk to about this, and I'd really appreciate an outside perspective. Thank you. Editor's note: OOP has made the same original post onto another subreddit. I am adding relevant comments from that sub for more context. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Well, if I may ask, you haven't said anything about your sexual preference. Are you gay, bi, straight? Each one plays a huge dynamic in this situation, doesn't it? OOP. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I didn't even think to include that. This probably isn't a very helpful answer, but I don't really know. I dated a girl in secondary school, and that's about it. I'm not very good at sorting romantic feelings from platonic ones. I think I'm probably bisexual, but I don't like to think about it. It confuses me. Commenter 2. You did absolutely nothing wrong. I would text them, "Listen, I was only looking for friendship with both of you. I'm not interested in having a romantic relationship. If that's not okay with you, I understand. I appreciate all you've done for me, and I hope you have really great lives. Don't get pulled into something you're uncomfortable with. Be very clear. Also, I'm really worried these people saw a vulnerable person and set things up for you to be dependent on them. I'm not sure they have your best intentions at heart. Be very careful from this point, whatever happens. If you keep the friendship, don't drink with them, don't stay the night at their house, only meet in public, and really dial back everything with them. OOP. Thank you. I think you're looking out for me, and I really appreciate it. Is it bad if I don't want to dial things back? I really like spending time with them, and I don't like being on my own anymore. I haven't talked to them for 2 days, and that's the longest it's been for ages. They've been blowing up my phone, LMAO. Commenter 3. They groomed you for this reason. Don't do it. When you say no, they will move on to another victim. OOP. I don't think I'm a victim. They haven't actually hurt me yet. Everything has been great. But thank you for your reply. Is it weird and wrong if I like being the one to have their attention? But maybe not in the way they intended it. It's a good feeling, but probably a selfish and incorrect one. Commenter 4. Okay, after reading the comments and your replies, I just want to ask you outright, are you interested? You keep deflecting, kind of like you're embarrassed either way, which is completely fair, but you also keep defending them a lot when people are trying to point out red flags. Ultimately, it all boils down to if you want to even try or not. This doesn't necessarily have to be some big major thing. If you feel comfortable with them, talk to them openly. Ask all the questions you have. Don't leave anything unsaid. See what they actually want from you, and then see if that's something you're even comfortable giving. But Communication is key in almost every situation. I'd like an update if there's ever one to give. OOP. I'm probably only admitting this because it's 3 a.m. and nothing feels real, but maybe I've been looking for a solution that makes me into a good person so that I don't even have to address whether I want it or not. I never looked at them in that light before. I haven't been on a date in 9 years. I feel so out of my depth. I don't know if I want it. I just know it scares me. And everyone's saying it's manipulation and grooming, and maybe I'm wrong and I can't trust what I'm thinking and feeling at all. Sorry, this was definitely not a coherent or useful answer, but thank you for your reply. Commenter 5. OP, you were groomed. And you might be autistic based on the fact that you're struggling with boundaries, right and wrong, what is and is not flirting, and some other social cues. I commiserate. I found out I was autistic at 32. I look back at all the interactions that felt weird, and I have better clarity now than I did when I first looked at them. Otherwise, the rest of the advice on this post is sound. OOP. Hi, sorry if it's too late to reply. I don't know if I'm autistic. Sorry if this is too much to ask, but how did you go about finding out? And also, what would it change for me? I kind of don't see a point in knowing if it's not going to make me better at the things you mentioned. Maybe it's better not to know. Thank you. Commenter 6. Don't do it. What they're doing is called unicorn hunting in polyamory. They have not done the work, and it's clear by them asking you to join their relationship. If you value yourself, you won't do this. OOP. Okay, I had to Google this. It doesn't really sound like me. I read different things mentioning the third being a bisexual woman, which I am not. Also, maybe I'm misunderstanding, so sorry if this is offensive, but if they would feel happier with a third person, then I want them to have that, and in my view, that's okay. Commenter 6. It doesn't have to be a bisexual woman. Adding a third person to a relationship is just plain wrong and not how you do it. Those healthy relationships do exist, but it's probably the hardest to successfully do. Usually couples who date together as a unit do this, so it's always them versus you. They got you a job, they want you to move in. And suddenly you're like the puppy they love, but eventually get tired of because they haven't done the emotional work to do a triad. You're simply just a pet to them. And the age gap is worrisome because of the different life stages you are in. BB. OOP. Okay, thank you for explaining. I think I understand what you're saying a bit more now. I didn't realize there were so many unspoken rules. I don't know if I agree that I'm a pet. I mean, yes, sometimes there's this weird feeling when they take me to a party and show me around to different people, or when we all sit on the sofa together, but I just took that as them being them. There might be a maturity gap, but I thought that was more to do with our personalities than our life stages. Sorry if that didn't make any sense. I'm thinking about everything differently now. Update. Nearly 2 weeks later. I'm not sure if I'm formatting this correctly or if anyone actually cares about this update or my life, but I felt like since so many people gave me advice, I kind of owed it to them. A few days after I posted here, I messaged James and Rachel and asked if I could come over and talk to them. This is the first of many places I messed up because I think I accidentally gave the wrong signals. They seemed really excited and mentioned how I could stay over like normal and how they'd missed me in the days when I hadn't contacted them. I felt so horrible. I arrived in the evening. They gave me a drink, and then I told them that while I really appreciated all they had done for me and I wanted to keep a close friendship, I didn't view them in any other context, and it would be disingenuous of me to enter into that kind of relationship with them without committing to it in my heart. It was really hard to say, especially when they were just sitting across staring at me the whole time. James seemed kind of mad. I don't know if it was hard to tell, and Rachel was holding his arm. They asked how I had spent so much time with them without thinking this could happen, and I didn't really have an answer for that. That was probably when I felt closest to just saying I was wrong and that I actually do like them, but they were turned away from me. I wanted them to look at me so badly, but they wouldn't, so I went home. Things haven't been so great since then. I try to start conversations in the group chat between the three of us, but they'll only talk to each other in it like I'm not even there, messaging about what one should get the other for dinner or something, which is such a dumb thing for me to get upset about, but it feels like being left out on the playground again. Also, I have no proof of this, but I think James said something to the other people at work because no one's really talking to me at any point throughout the day. I don't know what happened, and I'm not friendly enough with anyone to ask. It's not a job that relies heavily on communication, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, but I want people to like me. It's so embarrassing. I've been going out to the pub on my own. I tried to join a running group, but I couldn't make myself talk to anyone. I've been looking for clubs to join, but I don't have that many interests. I'm alone. I wish they would still talk to me. I haven't changed. I miss them. Sorry, this is kind of a depressing update, but I think you guys were correct that it would have been morally worse in the long run to string them along. Thank you to anyone who took the time to help me, and also anyone who said I might be autistic. I think I'm going to look into that maybe. It'll be okay. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. I'm so sorry this happened. It's not your fault. I am autistic. Didn't know until a couple years ago, and in high school I was shocked when my male friend asked me out. Apparently, I had been heavily flirting with him for weeks and didn't know it. I felt so embarrassed that I had somehow missed those social cues that I begrudgingly said yes, even though I didn't really want to date him. It was not a good relationship, and I was in no way ready to be dating. It put me down a path of saying yes to partners and sexual situations that I didn't really want but felt obligated to. I thought that because it kept happening that I was the problem, that I had been careless or too comfortable and had mistakenly led them on. When someone says, "Don't worry, I got it," and pays for something for us, we take it at face value because we don't attach the same tit for tat that allistics, non-autistics, do to favors. When someone asks like a kind, caring friend, we assume they are a kind, caring friend. We don't see behind the scenes jockeying for power and position that allistics are calculating automatically all the time. In addition to missing social cues, autistics also don't view hierarchies the same way as allistics. Because they are a couple and older than you, they believe they were above you in hierarchy, and they see it as embarrassing that you did not approve of their romantic advances. I was poly for a time and have heard so many accounts where an established couple would try to bring in a third, and unfortunately it rarely went well for the third. You were right to say no. These people saw you were lonely and used their money and friendship to get you to say yes. They may have genuinely liked you as a person as well, but the power imbalance was always baked in. They were trying to manipulate you, and when it backfired, they protected their egos by ignoring you blatantly. YTF are they talking to each other in the group chat, but ignoring you? Why wouldn't they just message each other privately? It's because they want you to feel left out to punish you for saying no. Unfortunately, people with bad intentions seem to have a sixth sense for us. On the upside, if you are autistic, you might find it easier making friends with other autistic people. It's not a universal experience, of course, but with my autistic friends, I feel like I don't have to think so hard about everything I say and the way it could be misconstrued. They take me at face value, and it's so refreshing. It just makes it much easier to connect and have fun. OOP. Thank you, this is really thoughtful and is useful to me too in terms of how I'm thinking about stuff. Sometimes I am aware that people are lying or making fun or hiding something, but I usually get exhausted or frustrated with it, or I don't pick it up at all. I guess I thought this was just me being an idiot, lol. It's kind of scary to learn new things about myself, but if you're right and I can connect with people, that would genuinely be the best thing ever. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. Thank you for your comment. Commenter 2. Bars are okay, but maybe try a few other things. Try meeting people, signing up for hobbies, art, music, community classes, writing, and try taking college courses. If you love manga, Star Wars, Star Trek, comic books, you can always look online or Facebook or Instagram for a group with similar interest. I went through something like this when my husband passed. I had to force myself to go and force myself again and again until one day it was joyful. OOP. Thank you, and I'm sorry for your loss. I like this advice. I'm not really interested in actually anything at all, but I don't really mind pretending I just want to meet people. I'm going to try. Thank you. Commenter 3. Just block them, dude. They were only nice to you because they wanted to exploit you. Now that you feel uncomfortable and don't want to do what they want, what they want is fucked up, they are punishing you. They are not nice people. If you had said yes, they would manipulate you into doing some fucked up shit. Be careful with them. They sound like they would do some messed up stuff. I wouldn't take food or drink from them anymore. OOP. Thank you for your reply. This is going to sound so dumb, but I feel like there's still a chance they might forgive me, so I might not block them just in case. I probably haven't portrayed them in a good light, and yeah, I'm kind of upset at them right now, but they're not evil, and I don't think they'd spit in my drink or whatever you're implying. Sorry if I sound aggressive. I think my friend wants me to leave the job he helped me to get, 5 days later. I recognize that I probably sound like a 12-year-old right now, and also sorry if this has been asked before I looked and didn't see anything, but maybe I could have looked harder. I work at a good office job that I'm probably very underqualified for, and I only have the position because of my friend, who isn't my boss, but has a good relationship with her and did some work persuading her to hire me even though they didn't need someone at the time. I did not ask for him to do this, but I can't say it didn't change my life, and I appreciated it a lot. But due to a personal situation, my friend kind of hates me now and probably wants the worst for me in life. I think he told other people at work something because no one will acknowledge me, and I get the sense they're talking about me when I'm not there. People walk out of rooms when I enter, and my food keeps going missing. I think he's giving me signals that I'm not welcome. Essentially, I wanted advice on whether it's better to cut and run now and find another worse job, or keep going even though it's clear my friend doesn't want me in his space, and it would be wrong of me to keep taking advantage of his generosity. Also, could I lose my job for this? Is that allowed? In the sense that he brought me into this world, and he can take me out of it. Sorry, this is so short and nonsensical. If you can't tell, I have only worked minimum wage before this, and have no clue how anything works. I'd appreciate any advice, thank you so much. OOP's only comment in this post. OOP responds to a longer comment, suggesting him to report James to HR and get out of the relationship if he can. OOP, is this real? Thank you for being worried about me, but I'm fine. James and Rachel are fine. They saw my original post, and we had a conversation, and it's all good. I'm still looking for maybe another job, but that's more so because I'm a grown man and I should be independent. I've been acting really stupid in the past, and I need to fix it. Thank you for your concern.